right, guys. I haven't done any videos for a while, but I was busy. So here's the deal. The When empath goes dark, there can be several reasons for it, and when empath goes dark, it's simply you, as an empath, decide to stop this. I call it energy exchange. They would kind of elevate you and elevate the person that you are in contact with. And it's happened several times to me over the last like 3-4 years, actually, very bad way. And actually taught me simply how to look it up and say it's how it is. And when you go dark, what actually happens is it means that you either overworked in a way. You connect with people around you, and as I said, you exchange information and you exchange energy. And when you exchange information in the beginning, if they're friendly, they will kind of have you, they will understand, and people will just simply take you as you are. But if they're hostile, like some kind of a psychopath, they will have they will use it as your weakness, which is very stupid because otherwise they get isolated unless they have a specific mission in their head to simply fight somebody, like some people actually do. It very often happens when you deal on a racial basis. Some people are all the time bad, some people are good. This is what some understanding from those people is. And when you deal with people like this, as I said, they can have a very hostile manner. But usually it happens when you have, as I said, exchange of information. But in the end, it always ends up in hostility some kind. And this is one of the reasons some people simply shut down when they say, well, screw it. Why do I need to talk with this? Somebody who is, for instance, really, really, let's put it, say, really, really low class, even though some people get offended for it. But, there are some people who have absolutely, not just low class, but they have absolutely low, I wouldn't call IQ, but in general, in the way of understanding the word. So there's you can actually get these people, when you see those people, there is a way to understand this. If you went to college, I went to college and we had the psychology classes, and it wasn't in the curriculum, but it was outside of curriculum with business leaders. And business leaders, they have this system that they will identify problems when they have a situation at work. And one of the most important thing is it's called short-term domination. Short-term domination is when somebody who you're not hostile with suddenly turns hostile for very short time in order to put down you or somebody else who is in contact with them, in order to feel again for very short time superior. It's usually happen with people who had really, really bad childhood. It means that there was somebody very abusive in the family. It can be psychologically abusive, it can be sexual abusive, it can be anything. And those people were under pressure for a very long time, and they couldn't respond or fight back. Usually they would leave after the family and they will do stuff like this. And then if they meet somebody, this is short-term domination starts when they need to feel like a rush. It's like a sugar rush. They need like something that had their fix, and then they will attack a person. And as I said, this is sometimes a reason for people to break up, like either they're like colleagues or their lovers or their anyone. They simply kind of said, "Why the hell should I deal with this shit?" You see what I mean? So, and but this is after it usually happens several times. But this is what business leaders, they middle management that deals with people. This is how identify problems. They will first, it's going to be lighter version to uh, talk to a manager. But as I said, a subordinate, for instance, will want to dominate for a very short time with no reason the manager that usually he was supposed to take or she was supposed to take orders from. They would just refuse something to do, and then they feel superior for this specific moment. But as I said, it shows either mental illness or mental past that's abused of a person past, that you can have a problem. And this is when a lot of managers, for instance, like me, that I was a manager, I'm no longer work actually employed currently, but my point is the that's why a lot of empaths, they simply decide to shut down and kind of ignore people for a while. But this is okay because it helps you simply to see stuff around. As I said, this is what happened to me. Not just recently I had an incident, but I had several uh, incidents um, over the last few years, and it's really kind of a pity because most of those people that you have uh, stuff with, it's usually uh, sad because you can kind of the way I am old person in a way. I'm 62 and I have a lot of experience in life, and you can see younger people when you look at them and you see sometimes of their behaviors how strange it is. And this is what I do. I just simply look, say, aha, this person had a problem, this person had here problem, had a problem. But there's not much you can do. Pretty much you can have outbursts, you can have stuff that is told to you with no reason. But this is first, it's part of the like a part of life. But my point is it worth for you to do some stuff and take care of and waste your energy of stuff like this? For me, it's not worth it. But as I said, some people do care, but usually it's. Um, I mean, I'm sure they're younger, they have more energy. You see, as I said, I'm 62. I have less energy more and more with passing of time. But when we're talking about empathy, empathy is, I think, one of the biggest gifts God gives to people. You can read people from distance. You can read people from how they just simply open the door when they walk in. You see what I mean? Okay, anyway, guys, I will close for today. Honestly, I need 50 people to subscribe that I can do live shows. For me, live is much, much easier. And specifically when we're talking about stuff like, universe and stuff like this, I have very easy way of talking when I do live audience. And I'm now 29 and subscription is 50. So anyway, you guys have a good evening.